Greetings, Dungeon Delvers, and welcome to yet another exciting chapter of A Tale of D20's Descent into the Void, where 6 friends journey together to tell a story of mythic proportion. Gather round, gather round. Let me tell you a tale of life and death, of joy and sorrow, a tale of D20s! Last time, Liberators, the day had finally come, and after completing the trial at Kura Mountain, you were ready to enter the Northrill, the battle of supremacy of the Demon Dancers and Frostmourne against Hiei, the menacing brother of the Daimyo. Lacking one team member, you entered the Holy Mountain and witnessed the large battlefield arena before meeting with your opponents and leaving to your respective bases. Ren, the captain of the Stone Demon Dancers, abdicated her position as both a captain and a Demon Dancers to join you to complete your squad. After the signal launch, you commenced your battle, foregoing your original plan to split up, and went together in pairs, with King and Horatio, and then eventually Duran going up the middle, Monako and Cal taking the bottom route, and Kai and Ren defending the base. Getting into your respective battles, you were all alerted that a large assault was taking place back at your base. Cal and Monako had finished up their battle, but the rest of you were in the midst of yours, lost in a field of mist, surrounded by an unseen attacker, with the cries of Kai that they were being overwhelmed back at base, and your party split up between you. Liberators, what do you do next? At this point, Horatio, it is your turn. You guys are right now standing next to the spire that you have just deactivated using your hit points.
If we reactivate it, we'll be able to teleport back, correct?
You can use an action to teleport back, but you must first use an action to expend HP, which is one roll of your hit die, to turn it on in your favor.
How you feeling, guys?
We need to send at least someone back. Plus, we need to activate the spire for Monako and Cal to get here as well.
Alright, so I'm gonna spend... I could take one person back with me to base, but that would either leave Duran here alone or you here alone.
I would be fine here. I can activate the spire, and then the others will rendezvous with me.
Okay, so then I will run over to Duran.
Alright, that'll take you about 20 feet if you want to get right next to where he was.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use another dimension door. Or I'm going to use my first dimension door, actually. And grab Duran and teleport. Duran, we need to go. And cast dimension door. If there's no objections by Duran.
Duran nods his head and he moves with you.
And yeah, dimension door lets me teleport 500 feet in any direction.
Do you need to be able to see your point?
One you can see, visualize, or you can describe it.
Okay, so you easily can remember with your keymind exactly where you came from. And going about 500 feet, looking back at the main Northrill map, it will take you to... Going 500 feet, the whole thing's about 1,000. Well, yeah, it will definitely take you into your base, right at the number 2.
Yeah, so then that's what I would do. I would teleport me and Duran right to the number 2.
All right. So, expending the spell slot and channeling your dimension door, a strange vortex of a pool appears underneath your feet, Horatio. You look over, grabbing Duran, both of you locking eyes within this mist, jumping into the hole, warping all the way down the map back to your base. Popping out of it, when you come up, you see 3 assailants, Demon Dancers, fighting with Ren and Kai. They look over into you and says, it's about time. We need a little help. So before you see Kai tacking on with other Demon Dancers assailants, it looks like your first level of spires have shut off. That glowing, glimmering white light that showed that it's activated is gone from your sight. Ren right now is in the midst of battling with 2 of the dancers. They're all starting to surround her, while Kai is on hand fighting what you can obviously see is another cloud dancer, just from how his movements and how he's jumping on the air, not too high, but still stepping up and floating, and he seems to have his hands full. It's still your turn, Horatio. You have your bonus action, your movement.
I cannot do anything with a bonus right now, so I will just back up a little bit to not be too close to buddy old pal right there. And that's my turn.
Duran, now seeing this battle happen, jumping into this new area outside of the mist and back at your base, what do you do?
Duran would like to help, but the first thing he needs to do is address his own injuries and wounds. I'm going to expend one of the healing spells inside of the spell ring.
15 points of healing. So Duran, you go ahead and go into the ring of spell storing, feeling the power of Myliki and a little extra power, though it doesn't pass your mind for long as you're in the middle of battle. But it coalesces around your body, healing your wounds as the several scratches and bleeding wounds you had seal up, though you're still pretty hurt. That is your action. What would you like to do next?
Duran is going to try to run over next to Kai and establish combat superiority with him by, it looks like they're on stairs. Can Duran run up the side of these stairs and then hop to the back of that fighter, that EA Dancer C directly in front of Kai?
Yes. Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check.
All right, hardcore parkour.
$16. Nice. So, Duran, using your movement, you run up to one of the side pillars. Using it at the momentum, you push yourself up, flipping back, coming around, bouncing even off of the spires, till you get behind the Hiei Cloud Dancer that's currently locked his swords in with Kai.
And for his last, what he's going to do with his bonus action, he's going to just take a moment to breathe, concentrate, and angle his sights on his enemy, focus his breathing, slow the pace of the blood loss, and tighten his muscles to stop the bleeding. And I'm going to expend a second wind.
All right. Taking a deep breath and getting into an ideal formation, you concentrate and focus on sealing the wounds and using the adrenaline to further heighten your healing ability.
And that is the end of Duran's turn as he gets in a combat stance and lets them know that backup has arrived.
So Duran, you form that acrobatic maneuver, pumping up your adrenaline. Focus, you see Kai look over to you and give you a nod, and a smile goes into his face, though it was once duress. He's feeling very reassured at both of your arrivals. King, healing from your demon dancing, your aquatic powers, you're still stuck in the mist. What do you do?
I will continue to waltz around and maintain my royal dominion and get closer to the spire and use my action as I slowly dance around it to try and fill it up with energy and turn it on and claim it.
All right, so go ahead and roll one of your hit die. All right, so you take 1 point. You take 1 point of damage, and you see that the spire fills up just a little bit. The light just glowing slightly.
I'm going to look at my bracelet, now ruby shining even brighter, and say to the group, "It's going to take me another round to fill the spire. Hold on." And I, as a bonus action to anticipate something coming, I'm going to say, "I should get ready," and I'm going to hold Chastifold out and do a pumping motion, and a spiritual version of it will appear next to me, and I'm going to cast at 4th level Spiritual Guardians level 2 and have it there ready and waiting in case someone should get near me. I have it to attack with. Sorry, not Spiritual Guardians, Spiritual Weapon.
Spiritual Weapon. Okay. All right. So, appearing up from out of the air, your Chastafo appears once again, ready to defend you as it floats around your body. You preparing to fill up the spire once again. Anything else you would like to do?
That's everything. I'll pass the turn.
All right. So, after summoning the Chastafo and readying yourself for your next push of energy using the shadow sphere. Yes, and sending the message, letting everyone know. You hear footsteps coming from within the mist. And appearing right in front of you, you see out of the mist one of the demon dancers, though he looks cut up and damaged. Probably the one that was fighting Duran before, you surmise. But he goes and makes a strike at you. That is an 11 versus your AC with misses, and he was at advantage. So he goes to attack you, King, and you're able to just quickly dodge as you heard his footsteps within the distance. He goes for another strike against you, disappearing once again into the shadows. Or the mist.
Now I notice that he has come, and I'm still dancing in place and trying to continue my graceful waltz while dodging out of the way.
And he strikes down with a 24, which I'm sure hits. Okay. So you take 16. You take 16 points of damage, but as it strikes down and hits you, the aura and shield that Manako's inspiring words and food that she placed upon you shatters across, but keeping you protected from the damage. Alright, and then the demon dancer is going to disappear in the mist once again.
Can I make an opportunity attack?
No, you can't see him.
Oh. Fine.
Up next is Kai. Kai is going to step to the left to get advantage on this dancer. Duran, thanks. Let's do this. To show them what a true cloud dancer can do. And he's going to go ahead and make his first strike at advantage. Okay, that is a 21, which hits. 12 points of damage on the first attack. And for the second attack, it's a 16, so that misses. And then using his bonus action, he's going to go for a third attack. Natural 20. Another 20 points of damage. So, Kai strikes and forth, slashing, missing with one, but coming back with his other hits, going directly into the, slashing the side of the cloud evil demon dancers as blood trickles down. He looks over to Duran and gives him a nod and ends his turn without moving there. Cal, you are up next. So you guys can look at the main map. You are currently buffed. So Cal, Manako, what would you like to do?
Cal, they need our help. We have to get moving. How do we split up?
Minako, yes. Do you want to split up? You go to Kai and I'll go to King?
Alright. Keep him safe. We'll meet up later. And, Minako will run towards the nearest spire in order to use it to, get back to, home.
Okay.
Same. Except I'm going to be going to where King is located.
So, when you both you both make your way over to the spire, running towards it. Using your action, you go to teleport. You can feel where you can go. So, Manako, you notice that you can't teleport back to base because at this point, they've already turned off of your base. You'll have to just actually run back. Cal, King hasn't turned on his spire yet, so you can go to the one that's behind that and then take your movement next turn to make it up to him, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I guess that'll be what I have to do. Because that was the plan, to get everything set up over there by sea and then head back. Okay.
Manako, what do you like to do? When you reach out, you see that the teleportation back into the base has been shut off. The demon dancers there have blocked has unlinked your ability to connect to it.
I can't reach you guys. Are you gonna be okay? I have to press forward. And she'll use it to go to a different available one. Would she be able to go forward to the next one at this point, or did she already expend her movement?
You can go there, but you can't activate the next one. So you can get to the next one, but you won't be able to go ahead and start activating it.
Yeah, because you didn't actually teleport, you didn't use the action, so you could use it to run.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so she will do that. She'll at this point, seeing that she can't go back to rescue or help in the conflict back there, she'll press forward and try to establish some sort of advantage wherever she can.
So Manako, you continue running, taking the bottom path further into the Northrill. Cal, you teleport towards the middle where King and Horatio had already activated that spire. When you get there, you clearly see the mist and sounds of action happening a little bit further down. But you've already used your 2, so your next turn will be when you actually get to make it to King.
Okay.
All right. So, Monako, as you run up there, I need roll me a perception check. 14. You think you hear some type of rustling in the bushes. In stopping and looking forth, you don't see anything, and then you continue not noticing anything there. You just continue making your way towards the spire with your spear in hand. You wait there, getting ready to start to activate this one. Okay, so those are both of your turns. I'm gonna go to Ren's turn. Ren says, "It's so good that you've came. We need all the help we can get. We can't let them get this past here. Make sure King's defenses hold on the Shadowstone." And she's going to go and start attacking the Demon Dancer. Alright, her first attack was a 14, which misses. She's going to go for a second. Oof, a 12, which misses as well. She is not doing good. She'll just expend her bonus action to attack. 19. That hits. Doing 11 points of damage. So, it seems like she's being backed up in a corner as these 2 Demon Dancers are firing ranged and melee abilities at her. She's losing her footing, and Ren tries to go to attack in between theirs, missing 2 of them, but then finally clipping the Cloud Dancer that's floating in the sky in front of her on his heels, scratching him or stabbing him with her long blade. And you notice that her blade is much longer than all the other Demon Dancers. You've seen Kai and other Demon Dancers with their normal katanas, but hers is extremely long, probably twice the size of her body itself. They're like bugs scurrying around. She's going to go ahead and end her turn. Alright, the enemy is afoot. So Monako, at this point you are running up towards the spire. I'm going to put it out in a moment. As you meet up with it, you see jumping out the bushes another Demon Dancer with his sword extended to make an attack against you. That is a 14 versus your AC, which looks like it hits.
That'll hit.
10 points of damage, which is absorbed, and another attack.
As a reaction upon being attacked by a creature that she can see, Monako will cast Hellish Rebuke, yelling, "You will regret that!"
Alright, so that is a failure. So go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. 7 d10s? Holy crap. Alright, so 42 points of damage, which is halved since they are immune, or they're not immune, resistance to fire. But you get struck by this assassin that jumps out of the bushes. After he strikes you, you release your Hellish Rebuke, burning him with your flames, and you see him catch on fire as he begins to start patting it out in pain. He's like, ah!
Additionally, after she casts the spell, she is wreathed in flames, which exude light out around her brightly. She stares down the assassin for the rest of his turn.
He's going to make another attack against you. It's a 21 versus your AC, which hits. Okay. Alright, doing 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage. But you do take some of that damage. Now I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Just as a note, the flames of Flethagos do 1 fire damage.
Okay. The flames rile up, and as it connects with your body, they go towards his sword, then go up to him and begin to burn. But as he's a tiefling, it doesn't seem to hurt him at all, and just kind of sizzle out on him.
Just as a note.
Alright, 16. That's a save. You feel poison start to trickle into your body, but you're able to stave it off, cementing yourself into the ground and using it to help your stave off the poisons that creep into your body. That was all of his attacks, so he's going to just stare you down. Actually, he's going to use his movement and shout out, Cloud Dancing Vagary, activate! And he ends his turn. Alright, so back to the Northrill base. The Demon Dancer behind Ren goes up around to get advantage. 12, which misses. He's going to go for his second strike. 23, which hits. Alright, 14 points of damage, and he gets one more attack. Actually, he's going to activate his vagary, actually. So you see him go into a dance formation and activate his vagary as well. You see flames start to swirl up around his feet as they then begin to go over his blade. And he almost similar to Firethorn. He has a fiery, glowing, a white and red glowing, flaming sword, and he's going to use that to make one final enhanced strike on Ren. All right, that's 21 hits. All right, doing 21 points of damage to Ren. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw, which she easily passes. So you start to see the flames from around the flame demon dancer's weapon go into the wounds of Ren and seems to burn her up inside. You see her kind of screaming in pain as her skin begins to glow. But at a last second, she's able to push it off as the flames shoot out, landing back onto the demon dancer's blade, once again swirling around it. And you see Ren swipping and dripping sweat. Okay. So the demon dancer in between Kai and Duran is going to go. He is going to disengage and get the hell out of there. And then dash up to the barrier that King put up. And you see him begin to start to dance as well. And he's going to end his turn. King, at your map, you smell the stench. You smell the scent of ozone in the air and a crackling. As before you see a lightning strike down. And yet another demon dancer appears, knowing that definitely this is a storm dancer. It seems like that one was not alone, and he's going to go and attack you. 25.
Yeah, that hits.
One thing you can catch, you can see that the mist doesn't seem to be covering and swirling around him like it is you. You take 9 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
An additional one?
Yeah. That was a concentration check. Now I need a Constitution saving throw after you got slashed.
Oh, okay, sorry.
An 8. All right.
Hold on. Before the results are read, I'm going to use Favored by the Gods and add 2d4 to that.
Damn, that is the number you needed!
2 goddesses
Woo!
love me!
I was like, unless he rolls in 2 4s, he's gonna take this massive amount of damage. Boop. Alright. So, striking down, you see the lightning start to curl up and shoot into your wounds that are open. And your body begins to shake and shimmer, and you feel like the feeling of being electrocuted. But using the power of both Nyx and Myliki, their energies kind of swirl around the electricity, shooting it out and pushing it back towards the caster, the demon dancer. He looks frustrated and goes for another strike against you. Natural 20. Alright, you take 34 points of piercing damage, and your concentration on Horatio has expired.
The ivy that was wrapped around us withers and fades, and it does that on Horatio as well. You had a crown of ivy that just sort of falls off of your head.
Alright. And Horatio, you notice as you're in battle, seeing that one of the Cloud Dancer jolt past you, going up the stairs towards your crystal. Looking up, you see the crown of thorns and crown of ivy that King had given you wilter and dissipate. And you know something is up.
I immediately yell in brain chat, "King!" for everyone to hear it.
I will respond with 2 dancers! Middle third! I'm still activating the spire.
Alright. So he's going to end his turn there. Monako, the Cloud Demon Dancer, is in front of you. He's shifting back and forth, and you can't really get an attack on him. It seems like you will be at disadvantage if you try to attack him. But what do you do?
She takes a second and decides that what she needs is a little distance, and she'll use a bonus action to move that hex she has going on onto this dancer right here. And then she'll take a step back. He has disadvantage on his strength ability checks.
Alright, so he's going to go and take an opportunity attack against you. That's a 10, so that misses. Okay, so he goes ahead and tries to strike you with his blade, but you jump back and dodge out the way before he is able to make contact. Casting your hex upon him, you are now distanced yourself. Still your turn. What would you like to do?
Now that she has a safe distance and she can kind of think for a second, she decides that there's no reason to let this guy keep dancing. and she will continue. She will do her dance in turn, saying he can dance all he likes on these crystals, and she'll expend 25 feet of movement in one of her soul bursts to activate her vagary.
Using the rest of your movement, activating your vagary, you dance around, doing your waltz, holding up your hand, dancing with your patron as you had did before. In doing so, you feel the earth and crystal around you begin to bend to your will.
And there's a moment where she holds up her hand and is held in a small twirl by her patron. And as she finishes that, she will actually execute her action for the turn, releasing another salvo of Eldritch Blasts.
All right. Ending the twirl and spinning around, and as you spin, at the final loop, you kind of put your hands out, locking it onto the Cloud Dancer Assassin. Go ahead and roll your attack. It's a 16, which hits. Roll damage. So expending that vagary point, you lock him into place. Striking, he tries to move, but he cannot as the Eldritch Blast flies, hitting him straight into the chest. You see him buckle back, taking 8 points of damage. Go ahead and roll and an additional 6 from the hex as the symbol of your patron's hand burns down onto his head as you see it singe, and this fire he doesn't seem to be able to resist. Alright, and another 16. You fire another volley, doing 11 points of force damage, plus 1 more from the hex. And an 18 for the third one, doing an additional 11 points, plus another 6 from your hex. Ouch.
And with the final strike, as the symbol burns into him, there's a tear in front of her between the two of them, and a tentacle erupts, shoving it forward 10 feet, shattering the crystals at his feet and sending it all flying.
Okay, how far are you pushing him? In what direction?
10 feet in a straight line away from her.
So he gets pushed back. He forcibly has to take the 2d6 extra damage as his legs and his ankles are just torn from the crystals that protrude from them, doing an additional 7 points of damage. And then 6 more as the burning hand of your patron strikes down onto him. You did 77 damage, or like close to 77 damage in one turn.
As she finishes her salvo dance, the flames wreathing around her finally put out. She looks up and says, "Are you sure you wish to continue this?"
I do it for Hiei. The master will triumph! And he goes to launch at you again, but on his turn. Anything else you want to do?
That will be everything.
All
She's
right,
got.
so an amazing volley of Eldritch Blast and Demon Dancing, trapping your foe and launching him out, scratching him as your patron goes down. You seeing his hand just always helping you, guiding each bolt directly to where it needs to go, burning with necrotic flames onto the skull of your foe. Nice job. Alright, so up next is Horatio.
Alright, so seeing that this Demon Dancer ran past me, I'm going to back up a bit and kind of give chase. I am going to hit him with a Witch Bolt, and this is going to be at level 3.
Alright, it's a 26. That hits.
So Horatio notices him run past him and runs up the other stairs and gets to that corner, sees him begin dancing, I believe, and he just has 2 blue lights crackle right in the palm of his hands and just releases them forward as he hits him with a Witch Bolt.
Nice. So as you strike with your Witch Bolts, thundering down onto him, dealing 26 points of damage, you see the Cloud Dancer kind of shake and shimmer underneath the pressure, looks back at you, but shoots back towards the wall that's protecting the crystal.
And I yell out, "I've got this one here! Clear the rest!" And that's my turn.
Alright. Top of the round. Duran. So your Demon Dancer you were attacking is now going up towards the wall that King has placed up.
Duran sees the Cloud Dancer take off, but he can tell from how far he's moved, it's too far for him to catch up with him in one move. Eyeballing it at about 40 feet. of movement. He mind chats to Horatio. Horatio, do you have it under control?
Horatio replies, "Yes, I got it."
I'm going to help Ren. Duran is going to circle around 5, 10, 15 over here. Establish combat superiority. And he's going to spin around and pivot and swing down with the magnetic blade on the Cloud Dancer.
Okay, so 26. That hits. Roll that damage. All right, 12 points of damage using the magnetic blade.
And the blade itself also carries a bit of its magnetic damage as well, with the first kinetic slash. And it gains sneak attack damage as Duran twists the blade and tries to make sure that he connects the weak spot.
So Duran, you go in there and start your strike, getting a good position because of Ren. Ren looks at you and gives you a nod, and hitting with your blade as it whizzes into the air. Continue your turn.
Duran carries the momentum from the first swing and begins spinning with his blade perpendicular to the ground, only with the ball of his foot keeping him planted, spinning almost like a ballerina's pirouette. He strikes again.
All right. Make that next attack. 26. 26. Go ahead and roll that damage. All right. 12 more from the magnetic blades as it whizzes faster and faster, doing an additional 7 points of kinetic magnetic damage.
Duran keeps the spin going and he strikes again.
It whizzes faster. Now it's in buzzsaw mode as it is beginning to spin and cut through its foes. 18, and then one more. All right, so unnatural 20. Go ahead and roll that damage. Oof. An additional 9 points of damage.
On the end of this hit, he's going to use a combat superiority die to force him to make a DC 17 strength save or be knocked prone. And I also do an additional 1d8 damage.
He's bloody and he looks really hurt, but determined. He looks back at you, back at Ren, and starts to draw his blade as well after you bombard him with your buzzsaw magnetic blade. Up next is King. So hopping back to that map. Oh man, I have so many maps to hop through. So King, you don't see where your opponents are, although they're probably around you.
I am going to, as a free action, say to them, "You're blinded by Hiei. Can you not see the majesty in someone other than a tiefling mastering and working on dancing? Have you not even noticed my domain?" And I'll dance a little bit, and I'll say, "Well, your power of the mist is far superior, I admit. You are in my domain, and I'm going to use my action to ready a spell that I will cast when I can see both of them."
Sure. What spell are you readying?
I will message you separately.
Okay. Secrets.
As I start to cast this spell, I will say that 2 fire lilies appear on the ground and start to glow. And then I will, use my motion to continue the waltz and then wait to see them.
All right.
And then that will pass my turn.
Mm-hmm. So King, you announce that they're within your domain. Turning your back onto the spire, you look and prepare and start to harness their energies as the lilies appear into the ground. And where they appear, they light up and illuminate a little bit of that area. And pop up, so you have a clear view of where these fire lilies are. Up next is the Mist Demon Dancer. So the Mist Demon Dancer, not paying attention to anything you're doing, ignoring your words, pops up from the mist and looks at you. And then you then lock eyes with him. You're able to see him at this point as he goes and makes strike into your chest. At that moment, your fire lilies go off.
I'm going to say bloom, and it's going to explode around him and wreath him in flames. He is also wreathed in fire, and at the start of his turn, he will have to repeat the saving throw. And these magical flames cannot be extinguished, and he is illuminated and sheds a bright light.
Now, here's the thing. As you go ahead and you see him and your fire lilies pop out, he notices seeing it going and making a save and completely disappears into the mist once again. He has evasion, which means he takes 0 damage. But he It's going to go ahead and make a strike against you at advantage. That is a 12 versus your AC. They are rolling super low against you. So he strikes and misses. He's disappearing back into the mist and coming out again. He's going to make his next strike. All right, and that's a 15 versus your AC.
That one does
All
hit.
right, and he does 14 points of damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. 16 passes. You always hit 16 exact. So you not take as the mist starts to swirl around and almost become venomous into your wounds. You are able to stave it off again, like you did the lightning. And with that, they will end their turn, just spring back into the mist. Back at base, Kai. Ren, are you alright? We have to protect the base. The Shadow Stone. And he's going to make an attack against the Cloud Dancer number 3. Natural 20. Okay. So he does shit ton of damage. 26 points of damage. He's going to make his next attack. Alright, that is a 7, so that misses. And then his final one is an 8, which misses. So running up there, he strikes with 3 attacks with his blade. The first one striking true, but the next missing, unfortunately. He gets into a stance, resheathing his blade, and says, "I won't let you through!" He's going to end his turn there. Cal, back on the main map. So Cal, you run up using your movement to make it to the next spire, disappearing into the mist. You're unsure where everyone is. Now, you can hear things happening, but you can't see King truly. So with that, you still have your action, but that takes your full movement, so it's up to you what you want to do next.
Okay. King, I'm here. I'll use my action to dash forward.
Okay, and then you bump into King. You feel like the thud and finally see close face-to-face view with your ally Cal with his pistols drawn.
Oh, it takes 2 to tango, but I'm doing a waltz here. Don't trip me up. I'll keep us going. They keep popping in and out of the mist. I can't control it. He's much stronger than I am. And there's also another zippy one around. I think he's a storm dancer.
I see. Do you have any way of clearing the mist? Do we have any... Can you generate wind with your staff of any sort?
Even if I could move the mist, he would just pull it back to encompass the area. I'm not that strong. I'm working on it, but it's... I don't know. Maybe with you here and both our energies combined, we may be able to at least create a radius around the stone.
Well, stay near me and you'll be able to feel the protection that I can help give.
Understood. They're slippery. Be careful.
All right. So Cal, you still have your bonus. I don't know if there's anything you want to do with it.
I don't think I really have much to do with a bonus.
Can you lay them hands?
I can lay hands on you.
He's like, lay them on me.
And I lay my hands on King to heal. You look a little tired. Let me see if I can.
A little peckish. She seems to add shocks and lightning magic to his attacks.
How much do you need?
Just a little boost.
I heal you for 20 points.
All right. So Cal, shooting forth putting your hands as they glow. You feel the scales start to turn into your favor and dip as you release it into King, healing him, bring him back close to where he was before he was injured, though he's still pretty beat up. King, you feel the power of Kellamore inside of you, healing up your wounds. And with that, we go on to Ren. Ren was going to just attack using Duran's advantage onto the Cloud Dancer number 2. So with her first attack at advantage, 21, which hits, doing 7 points of damage. Natural 20 for a 29, doing 20 points of damage.
Give them no quarter, Ren!
Right. And she'll look at yeah, you guys are too far away, but she'll do it anyway. She'll look around and say, "We must bolster our defenses." She will use her movement, and she starts to dance around, and the dance she moves looks more like a haka, style, very boisterous and strong. And each step that she makes around in her square crushes down, leaving a footprint onto the ground where she goes. And she goes, "Stone dancing Valkyrie, cradle of earth!" And she and Duran both receive 18 points, 18 temporary hit points. As the earth, from every time she stomps, she raises like a pillar of earth up. It shatters apart, and when she finishes her thrusting motion, the rocks collide into Duran and into her, and you think it's going to hurt you, but it doesn't. It almost sticks to you like glue, completely encompassing your body, leaving an outer shell of dirt and rock. And that is where she will end her turn. Up next is the Cloud Dancer number 1. Really badly hurt is this Demon Dancer. He's gonna move on over towards the crystal, look at you, spit at you, kind of give you a little snarl, and put his arm up towards the spire that is now deactivated. As you notice, well, it's not activated, and he's going to try to activate it himself using his hit die. And you see, as he releases the energy, it fills up and begins to glow a black light. Unlike the white ones that you've been doing, this one is completely black and shadowy. And he smiles. You see him put something to... You see him clasp onto his Demon Dancer badge that you know all the Demon Dancers have. Close his eyes, open them up, and smile at you, Monako. But he takes 9 points of damage. He's looking really hurt. Like, as the vitality is coming from him, you see blood start to come through all the wounds that you've created, but he smiles nonetheless as he coughs up a little bit of blood. And he's going to end his turn with that.
You fanatics.
So, Cloud Dancer number 2, back at base, is going to turn around and strike... No, he's in a bad situation. He's going to disengage, and then use his action to run away. He's going to roll an acrobatic check to see if he's a Cloud Dancer. He's going to roll an acrobatic check to see if he can jump over the wall, which he makes. And then he's going to dash, getting right behind Kai. Action, bonus action, movement. He's going to end his turn with that. So the Demon Dancer that was in between Ren and Duran runs... dashes off, jumping over the railing, making his way up towards your Shadow Stone, where Kai and Horatio are. Actually, I changed my mind. He's going to run behind Horatio. Easier target for him.
What?
Why would he go up to the person with the swords? He's definitely going to go to Horatio, but he'll end his turn with that. All right, Cloud Dancer number 3. He's just going to just lay it on this panel here and attack. So that's a hit. He does 16 points of damage. I'll write that down, because the number we're trying to hit is 180. He's going to unleash all 3 of his attacks. So this Demon Dancer, ignoring Kai, just begins slashing at the rock pillar that King has created. The rock fortress that he's created, blocking the entryway towards your Shadow Stone. Up next... My bad, I forgot that, yes, you guys do have Spiritual Guardians on you. Completely forgot to put it on you. So I will apply the damage that would have been hit on the other guy, because you would have gotten it for 1 turn. Okay. So up next is the Demon Dancer, the Flame Demon Dancer. He is going to attack Ren. First attack, 21, which hits. Doing 13 points of damage, which is absorbed by her shield as he strikes forth with his flaming sword. You see it start to eat away at her stone encasement. And she's kind of holding a defensive position. He's going to attack again, which is a miss. And then his third attack, which is a hit. Okay, doing another 15 points of damage to Ren. Since that breaks through Ren's shield, she's like, ah! And as it does, the fire that's swirling around his sword goes into her wounds again, and she has to make another Constitution saving throw. And she got a natural 20. Once again, she staves it off, sinking her foot into the ground, flexing her muscles and pushing out the flames back onto the blade of the Demon Dancer. Up next, the Storm Demon Dancer appears. Alright, so this one's going to make an attack against you. Lightning crackles around him. You smell. You notice the stench of ozone into the air, and your hair really starts to pick up, Cal, as you feel storm dancing happening around you. 25 versus your AC.
That specifically misses. No, I'm just kidding. Of course it hits.
Take 13 points of damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Maybe you'll fail this time.
Make sure you add 4.
Oh, God. You and your friggin' pally. Whatever. 22.
Not with Kalimvor on my side.
Okay. And now with the combined energies that you feel within you, Kalimvor, Nyx, and Myliki, you're just a smorgasbord of gods and goddesses. You stave off once again the electricity that goes into your body as it shoots back out. He's gonna go. He frowns in anger and goes to make another attack against you. That's a 21 versus your AC.
That hits.
Additional 10 points of damage. No more Constitution saving throw for this turn. And then one last attack. 23 versus your AC.
That also seems to hit.
An additional 12 points of damage. So King, you see zipping in and out of the mist like lightning striking you. This storm demon dancer slashing one after another. Although you're able to stave off his electric attack going into your body using the power of the gods and goddesses, you are not able to dodge and defend against his strikes and take a massive amount of damage and blows. He's going to end his turn, disappearing back into the mist. Monako, with your spiritual guardians, that buff that you got around you. And he's still within that domain. You see him bleeding, almost about to die as he's changed and turned the stone. What do you do?
I'm giving you this chance to walk away with your life. Stop it!
He spits at you. His blood goes on your beautiful kimono.
Very well. And she'll unleash another salvo of Eldritch Blasts.
19 hits, roll damage. 6 points of damage onto him as the first blast hits him in the chest. You see him like, ugh! He really looks like he's about to die. 3 more from the necrotic damage. You hear whispering into your ear, "That's right, my love. Destroy him. Obliterate him." You shoot another one. This time it's a 14, which misses.
She seems a little distracted, but determined nonetheless.
Okay, 23 on your final Eldritch Blast hits, doing 12 points of damage. And as the hex in the hand of your patron goes down and starts to shock his brain, you say, "Ah! Ah!" And you see the handprint singe and start to melt away. He's still alive. Describe your killing blow.
As the sign on his starts to burn and he screams, the energies sap out of him as a reaction upon the death of a creature near her. Monako uses her Mystic Arcanum and casts Soul Cage, snatching the soul of a humanoid inside that tiny silver cage that she made earlier. And as he dies, it's sucked out into this tiny cage, which she holds up to her face and says, "You should have run."
So after obliterating this demon dancer and turning him into nothing but ash and cinder, his soul, this black shadow-like flame, comes out and gets sucked into your silver cage, swirling inside there as you're now holding his very essence.
As the body crumbles into ashes, she seems to be bolstered by the death of it, and her and she regains temporary hit points from her fiendish master. She'll then spend a bonus action to extract some of the essence from the soul, healing herself a little bit, and then she takes a couple steps around this spire that is glowing black, thinking, does she start to work on it now, or does she run to her friends?
So, up next, back at base, Horatio, what do you do? The demon dancer has run behind you and has his katana his katana out, ready to slash at you as you turn around and notice that you are technically flanked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep holding this 3d12 on dancer number 3.
All right,
I believe.
18 points of damage as the lightning strikes onto him, casting down. You just see him shake. He's like, "Ugh!" But he doesn't lose focus and continues striking at the stone wall.
And That's the end of his turn.
Top of the round. Duran.
Rin, you're strong, and I can count on you to handle this.
Go, I have this.
Duran is going to start spinning his blade around his body, and he kind of like, he kind of spins it over his neck. The handle of it kind of rolls over his neck as he kind of dances the blade over his body and begins to go into his cloud vagary dance, activating his Skywalker ability.
Alright, you go ahead and complete the dance steps, and the winds begin to pick up underneath the balls of your feet, and slowly but surely, completing your dance, you're able to trounce upon the air itself.
Then from that movement, I should have 10 feet of movement left. It costs 25, right?
Correct.
Cool. So I have 10 feet of movement left. I'm going to use that 10 feet to move towards this dancer over behind Horatio. Duran's going to hop up like to the height of the dancer behind Horatio. So he's going to get in a deep chamber and then push up with the wind force directly into the air, and then just fly forward and strike this enemy in his back.
All right, roll that attack.
And as he strikes him from behind, he kind of uses momentum to spin around and drop a spinning heel kick, and that's how like the flavor of the sneak attack part of this damage.
All right. Oh, describe your killing blow.
All I would say is that Duran dives in, flying to the air, and strikes true with his blade, using the force of his swing to bring his body over, and he strikes him with a heel kick directly to the back of his skull.
Horatio didn't even pay attention to this guy.
And striking the back of his skull, the skull cracks open as he falls down, dead onto the ground, unmoving.
Duran eyes him with both anger and pity. You have made this a war, and in war there can be no more prisoners. And with that, Duran ends his turn.
All right, King, on the Misty Map, you're up next. What do? You guys are probably in the most fucked situation.
We have to activate the spire if the others are going to come to reinforce us.
Well, do you want to make the first attempt to just try to charge it up? I have your back.
Why don't you do it?
Not a problem. Yeah, you look a little worse for wear now that I think about it.
I'm going to... I can't wait. I'm gonna... If they hit me for that much again, I'll go down. I will... I'm already more than 3/4 hurt. I'm bruised and bloodied and not looking the greatest. So I'm going to say, you activate it. I will bring us back to highest fighting form. I was trying to save this for when we met Hiei at the end, but it's apparent we need it now. And I'm going to hold up Chastaful and I'm going to say, it's time, we need the moon rose. And I'm going to shake it, and as I do, the petals are going to start to change and elongate, and I will this long stem appears and a tiny little droplet of dew forms, and I'm going to once it falls, I'll magically split it in two and give some of myself to me and Cal, and I'm going to twin cast heal.
Okay.
Wow.
What? Massive healing ability.
Holy
70 points! What? So, King, reaching forth into your mind, body, and soul, you let forth all the divine energy that you have from all the gods that you beseech, and releasing forth, strike yourself and Cal with a massive amount of healing. Basically, preparing yourself back to fight your original fighting condition.
This is my domain. I claim it in their name, and I can't see them, but as a bonus action, I'm going to swing wildly. I'm going to make hand motions and swing wildly at Chastaful, Spectral Chastaful, and send it 5, 10, 15 feet over here into the woods, and just see if I can spear someone.
Okay, roll me an attack at disadvantage. 14. Okay, final number.
Final number.
You go ahead and pierce through the air, shooting Chastaful into the woods that are the trees that you see kind of poking through the mist. Unfortunately, you do not hit anything.
I'll just suck my teeth and pass my turn.
Okay. So the Mist Dancer will appear from the shadows once again. When he does, instead of attack, he goes to attack you and stops, nods, puts out his hand, and uses his action to takes out his spear and shoot forth his vitality into the currently deactivated spire. You see it fill up with dark energy and begin to glow just like it was before, taking away the little bit that you had put in because you only put in one, and then completing it. And with that, and then he goes back into the Mist Unseen, and though as you see him pop in and out, and knowing that this is a dancing ability he's doing, he's probably doing, you can surmise he's doing some type of demon dancing and is unable to get a full movement, so he's not really moving much from where his original position is. Back at base, Kai is going to go up and try to strike this Cloud Dancer that's attacking the wall shield. First attack, there we are, is a failure. Second attack is a failure, and his final attack just hits. Ooh, that was rough. Taking 12 points of damage from Kai's strikes.
Describe your killing blow.
He is looking pretty hard. He is pretty hurt, though. But he is still looking on to this wall, trying to attack it. Kai goes, go down already! I don't want to have to kill you. Cal, back in the mist. What do? You see that the spire has been turned back into its black, glowy form, showing that it's been activated, and the two assailants are still hidden within the mist.
Can I try to use like a hit die to charge it up?
Yeah, you could try to deactivate it as well. To do so, you need to use your roll a hit die. 10! Jeez, nice. So you take 10 points of damage, but you see it turn off, so you see the shadow fade away and it goes back to being deactivated, and then begin to come up, and it's almost activated again, but with the white light instead of the black one.
So that I used my action to activate the Shadow Stone.
Yes.
And I'm using my movement to keep my vagary going.
All right.
And for a bonus, I guess, so I know that they're doing some kind of dance. Can I actually use my action surge to fire off a couple rounds at where I had last seen him?
Yeah, you get another action, so you can do whatever you like with that action surge, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to take a couple shots at where I saw the Demon Dancer kind of like phase out or whatever they're doing into the mist.
Alright, so you generally know the area that they're in, so you can make an attack. This will be a disadvantage. Though now that your vagary is active, you know you have the abilities you can do if you miss.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll that attack. Don't target anything, and then just roll an attack.
Okay.
Alright. So a 14, you shoot off into the mist. You see the mist buckle behind your shot, but it hits nothing as your bullet goes off into the distance.
All right, I'll try it again.
Okay. 17. So you go ahead and you hear a ah, and you witness that the Mist Dancer that popped out before got hit by the bullet. Go ahead and roll damage.
Excellent. While I have him targeted, I'm also going to my eyes turn white as I release a little bit of holy energy when I hear him scream out, adding a divine smite to it.
All right, go ahead and roll that damage. 13 points of damage. Ouch. With an additional 6. He's looking so rough right now.
All right, King, right there. Feel the holy energy ripping into him.
Okay. I generally heal people, but I can try and hurt him.
Cal, you're able to strike with your guns, blasting off the energy of Kelimvor from the magical pistols. You've hit and damaged greatly the Mist Dancer, who's looking pretty bad.
And I still have one shot left with that bonus action. So while I see him from out of the mist with the last shot, I make one more attempt. Am I still at disadvantage?
No, you have full at regular. 14 misses.
With my active vagary, I'll use my last soul burst.
Okay.
And re-roll it.
27! So you shoot, it turns around, missing him completely. Well, as you shoot, it misses completely. And then activating your vagary, the electricity shoots out from you, guiding it back, locking onto it, striking him right into the back of the neck. Go ahead and roll damage.
12 piercing damage.
Doing 12 points of piercing damage. It goes through the side of his neck, doesn't kill him, but he is bleeding from his neck, like holding, looking around in pain. At this point, doing as much damage as you did, he is unable to hold his vagary, and you see all the mist disappear, revealing the other demon dancer.
Yay! Ah, King, watch out, he's right next to you.
With the sword already out, ready to strike at King.
Waltz dodge!
Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Alright, back to the main map with Ren. Ren is just going to go ahead and attack. First attack is a hit, doing 11 points of damage. Second attack is a miss. And third attack is a miss. So she's going off, fighting toe-to-toe with this flame dancer. As their strike, you see sparks coming from their blades connecting as her long sword strikes at the demon dancer, and his flames encompassing all of his strikes as well. She's going to end her turn there. Okay, so Cloud Dancer up at the wall is going to just do everything he can to break this wall. So the walls that he's striking is starting to crumble and crack down as it's taking well over 100 points of damage. He's slashing at it, trying to break it. It crumbles slowly and surely. He's still defending it. He's trying to get through, not caring about all the other people who are attacking him, though he looks extremely hurt. All right. So the Flame Demon Dancer, he goes to strike Ren, and then nods his head as he stops, and he's going to disengage. Ren's like, "Get back here! Why you run? Come back, you weakling!" So the Storm Dancer is going to go. That was a 2, so it fails. So he takes 7 points of damage. That was the first time he got hit.
Oh, it does, even on a failed, it takes like half?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Sweet.
And then he will attack King. 25.
Of course. These people roll lots of 25s today.
I have 19. I rolled a natural 19. I have plus 6, so not my fault. And you take 10 points of damage. I need to make you another, plus your 4, Constitution saving throw.
Add 4, yes.
You got it. Thanks, Kellamvor. I needed that. Still might not be enough.
Fortunately, that is a failure. Although you're being boosted by your gods and goddesses, they are unable to help you. As he strikes forth, the lightning goes into your body, and you take an additional 23 points of poisonous lightning damage. Look at all them ones. Y'all lucked out on that one.
I see no ones.
Oh, I can see it. It was like 1.
I see no ones.
I see it.
Only thing we see is that
It could have
23.
been a lot worse. Alright. And so you're struck with this lightning as it starts to boil and bubble into your body, and you feel the pain. But those were his 3 attacks. Manako. You start to see a light and start to shimmer around the now black light activated spire, and it's like you're shimmering from it. As the light crashes down, you see appearing out of the shadow through the spire an all too familiar face. I've grown tired of waiting. And then walking through the dark shadows, you see the one person you just really did not want to see, Hiei, walk through. He looks over at you, and immediately his black and red eyes lock onto yours. Manako. Fancy seeing you here. Immediately, I need you to roll me at disadvantage, because you're within the radius of this spire, a wisdom saving throw. Okay, 10. You are immediately frozen in fear, and he looks on over to you. You're not even worth my time, and continues walking towards the main base. And he's going to use his action to make it to the next section.
Minako just looks on with confidence, and the moment he appears, all of that just drains from her face.
And with that, we're going to take a break. Hey there, Dungeon Delvers. Thank you for listening. I would like to take this time to thank all of the wonderful people who helped bring Descent into the Void, a tale of D20s to life, starting with Frank Freire, who designed our character art, Kyle Misko, who collaborated on the main, mystical, and night theme songs, Manuel Lapuca, who collaborated on our battle and adventuring theme song, Jan Rosa for the use of their original soundtracks, David Chappell for the use of his End of Silence, A World of Color soundtrack, MFY for the use of their Dragon Castle Symphony for Duran's theme song, and Danny.Phantom.01 for creating the Liberator's full art. You can find more about these wonderful artists on our website, ataleofd20s.com. Now click on to part 2 and let's continue our epic tale.